Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going better than fantastic. And I do hope you are working hard and doing great with your self-improvement. Because if you've had to grow up with or deal with in any part of your life with a narcissist, it can leave you dazed and confused, and drained full of your energy and life force. And that's part of what I want to talk about today. You see, dealing with what the narcissist does and how it affects people isn't a clear and easily seen thing. And that's part of what allows the narcissist to go undetected from one prey item to the next their entire lives, without being held accountable in many if not most cases. And this is where the problem comes. You see, there are many in society that will say to not whine about your problems and to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and just move on with life. And then there are that say, you weren't to blame at all, and that the narcissist that did all of these things to you deserves 100% of the blame. But in the process offering little help in these statements on how to get you and your life back on track. Or on track to begin with if all you've dealt with are narcissists in your life. But you see, it's not as clear as one side or the other. And that's where the problem is at with identifying narcissism and narcissists and being able to make it so they don't have power in our society to get supply and control and power over others' lives. But this dynamic makes it difficult for those that have been negatively impacted by such individuals to have productive and highly functioning lives. So where do we make sense of all of this that is going on? We make sense of it all by constantly looking at this problem while we are improving our lives and doing the best we can in our lives. And learning how to push forward by others and their positive examples. Look. The narcissist anyways by default works hard to make the person targeted by this narcissist feel like they are at fault for everything. That's just the nature of the narcissist. Not only does the narcissist like to shift blame from themselves onto others, but they literally love to watch the person they targeted to second guess their own sanity and to think and feel that all the bad things the narcissist is drumming up is really the fault and doing of the target. Let me digress for a moment. There is a reason for the narcissist to love bomb their prey. Love bombing, meaning to be super pleasant and nice in the beginning of getting to know this new person. They might buy gifts. They might take them to special places that cost a lot of money. And they might give them over-the-top compliments. They do it because when you come off as super nice and likable, and then all of a sudden you shift gears on someone and say or do something mean to them, then you shift gears back to being nice again. It really makes the person that this is being done to second guess what they are seeing. Because, and this is really important, even someone that is a codependent because they grew up in a less than desirable home setting. If someone that wasn't a good person that had bad intentions showed up without this love bombing game, and from the first minute started to insult this new person they met, even someone that is codependent in nature would likely have nothing to do with such a mean person. And I say all of this to illustrate, even though we that have behaved codependently in our lives for a variety of reasons, we didn't go out and set out to get into such relationships that were toxic. Most of us were out there hoping for the best. We were excited actually because we thought we found someone that actually cared about us. But it was all an act. And it was all an act because the narcissist knows. Without the act, even with someone like us that grew up in a home full of mistreatment, if the narcissist showed up calling us names and treating us badly on day one, they wouldn't get really far with us. And it's because of that. I tell people, though there is a lot of self-improvement that needs to be done on our side, A lot. It by no means puts the blame on you for the narcissist's terrible behavior. Now yes. Did we allow much of this treatment? Yes. And many of these cases, myself included, we quite possibly did. But look at all of the brainwashing and trickery that was done to us by the narcissist to get us to go along with what was going on. This is some high-level stuff. You look at some of the information out there on high-level mind control experts, and you read through some of that material, and you compare it to what was done to you by a narcissist parent or parents, or a romantic partner or spouse. You will find it in a eerie way very similar if not almost identical. And it's because of this. I don't like the well just let it go and move on and forget it ever happened type talk. Nor do I like the I'm a victim for life because what happened to me and all of the narcissists that I have had to deal with either. Look. I carry around what happened to me growing up. And I probably always will for the rest of my life. For those of you that don't know, I believe my mother to have the problem of narcissism really bad. And though I loved and love my mother a great deal, and I'm not ashamed to say that, what she did caused a lot of hurt in my life. Namely not having a normal relationship with my mother to look back on. Normal healthy experiences to look back on. The other thing is she also started to and successfully turned my brother against me at an early age. So I have no relationship with my brother. It has made me feel like an orphan my entire life. And then I've been in one relationship after another with a narcissist. Most notably with my ex Susie. I've made fake friends that were sadly narcissists too. And I've had the displeasure of working for a bunch of narcissist bosses. Now a great part of not picking the right people in my life was not having boundaries. Because I wasn't taught them growing up. Because my mother was a narcissist. But then there is the dynamic of the narcissist being just that skilled and good at looking innocent and decent and above board in all areas. It was easy. So easy to fall for their trick. So though I carry around what was done to me growing up, I also at the same time do my very best to push forward. Though I see my lack of boundaries and how boundaries would have helped in a great many situations. I don't blame myself for Susie's behavior. I remember when I was with Susie. She used to say, she treated me the way she did because I didn't deserve to be treated well. And part of the narcissist's playbook trick is to say something like that over and over and over again. Until you start to believe it. But the reality is I didn't deserve it, boundaries or no boundaries. And nor did you. Look. I understand someone saying, hey. You have to improve yourself. Because you never know what good life opportunities the Most High has waiting for you. And you won't know if you are curled up in a ball in the corner somewhere. But in this self-improvement message, and the talk about boundaries, there should be no talk making one feel like they somehow deserved it all. You see, there are certain people that discuss certain parts of life, let's just say on YouTube. And there is a lot of either or type of talking about such situations. Such as you were so blind. It's your fault. If you just improve yourself you can do X, Y and Z so much better. Then there is the other side of the coin that talks about things in a helpless and it's pointless kind of way. Instead of understanding. Yes. What happened was wrong. And no one should self-blame. But it doesn't mean that's where life stops. You don't stop there. You keep on pushing through. And now there's help. You see. The narcissist and the narcissistic parts of life wanted you to think you were alone in what was happening to you. Because that is the easiest way to keep you down and from being a high producer in life. Because the reality is most people. Not all. Not all. But most people are social. And if you think and know and understand that there are people that are going through exactly what you are going through or what you went through. People you can talk to. It does something to you. It validates your experiences. Which is something the narcissist doesn't want you to feel. Which is validation. Which is another topic for another video. But when you don't feel validation and you are with a narcissist, it keeps you in the toxic loop with them, always searching for something that will never happen until your life is through. That is, if you are searching for this validation sadly from a narcissist. But with real validation, knowing you aren't crazy for thinking this was all being done to you. And this feeling of validation it doesn't always, but it can make one feel strong enough to move on to the next step, which is the journey of self-improvement. But when you can't have an honest discussion about narcissism and narcissists, and codependency and all of the gray areas within, it allows the narcissist to tiptoe away to do what they do to someone else that doesn't know any better, and get away with it. Now, with that said, do I look back on a great many situations in my life and say, I can't believe I fell for that? Yes. Yes, I have, and yes, I do. But like they say, hindsight is 20/20. The best I can do is to use that knowledge to try to do better the next time. And that's the message here. All you can do is your best, and to not get mad at yourself because you fell short or because someone successfully got one over on you again. Do your best. Learn what you can that is helpful and try to apply it where you can in your life. But know this: the narcissist looking at you and targeting you wasn't your fault. Even if they seen you were a codependent from the first day, it still wasn't your fault. Now, should you work on your codependency? Yes. Yes. You should. But you weren't in the narcissist's twisted mind when they chose you as a target, and you didn't make them lie to you in order to win your trust. All the while they tried to ruin your life. So don't blame yourself. But with that said, be the most successful person in your life you can be. And I'm not talking about the kind of job you have. Although if you want to improve your job and skills, go for it. Which is something I will be talking about later in another video. Because having skills to be able to get another job anytime you want will be a great help to get away from a narcissist at work. So you can keep your sanity and have more peace in your life is a good thing. But besides that, self-improvement meaning just how you feel about yourself. Learning about boundaries. Learning how to use them. Learning about not just how the narcissist ticks but how you tick as well. Learning how to control your emotions and reactions to things and situations. Self-improvement across all areas of your life. So you are more happy with the type of person you are and the type of person you are becoming. So each day you wake up looking forward to accomplishing something new in your life that makes not only a difference within yourself, but in the world you live in. And I know that sounds kind of corny, but it's true. You just don't know who you might touch in your life because you are out there improving and bettering yourself. Well, that's all I have for now. I do hope you found this video helpful today. And if you did, and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and become a part of this channel's growth. Also, go out there and listen and watch others talking about this subject of narcissism. And if you like what they have to say, please subscribe to them as well. Because here's the thing. The more these types of channels grow, and I'm talking about like in the 100 and 200 and 300,000 subscriber range, the more you will start to see. For one, narcissists get even more desperate when they are desperate already, which I have addressed before. And within that desperation and them acting out, you will see their narcissism become less hidden, and eventually the people that are trying to put their best foot forward, they can start to take their power back. It seems like if you are bad to someone in a romantic relationship, it seems like there are many that will sadly say that's powerful, when we know that it's not. And in society, in a great many jobs, narcissism appears to be rewarded time and time again with promotions to management positions. While the person that might be a better motivator for a group of employees that has good intentions might have a more difficult time getting such a job because they might not be willing to play the games to get there. Thus, the world misses out, and good leaders in all areas of life, not just the work world, or in the office. Getting these channels that talk about such subjects beefed up will really start to draw some awareness to this problem that many walk through life wondering what has happened to them, unable to put a finger on the problem nor have a name for it. So by supporting these types of channels, you are really supporting the idea of others learning about what you have learned about. And that's the goal really. So we can all have a chance to reach our full potential. When the narcissist's goal is to make sure we don't reach our full potential. Which again is another topic for another video. But with that said, if you like the content, subscribe and share. And for those that have already done so, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my cartoon heart. It really means a lot to me. And with that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.